Do you want to successfully complete the WGU D373 Objective Assessment for Marketing in Digital Era course? Then you're in the right place. Our website provides a list of questions and answers with an emphasis on preparing for your success in the Marketing in Digital Era D373 course. In this video, we will cover questions from risk management, ERM basics, risk assessment, risk strategy, and company risk. So, let's get started. 1. A company is developing a business continuity plan for its overseas operations. What should the company prioritize in its risk management process? A. Employee benefits. B. Political and regulatory risks. C. Marketing expenses. D. Production schedules. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Political and regulatory risks. Explanation. Political and regulatory risks can significantly impact overseas operations, making them a key priority in business continuity planning. 2. What is enterprise risk management, ERM, primarily concerned with? A. Minimizing all risks. B. Identifying, assessing, and managing risks. C. Ignoring external risks. D. Focusing only on internal risks. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Identifying, assessing, and managing risks. Explanation. ERM involves identifying, assessing, and managing risks to help an organization achieve its objectives. 3. Which of the following is an external risk factor in enterprise risk management? A. IT system failure. B. Supply chain disruption. C. Employee turnover. D. Process inefficiency. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Supply chain disruption. Explanation. External risks include factors outside the organization, such as supply chain disruptions. 4. What is the primary goal of risk assessment in enterprise risk management? A. Eliminate all risks. B. Identify potential risks and their impact. C. Ignore risks that do not affect profits. D. Focus on external risks only. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Identify potential risks and their impact. Explanation. Risk assessment focuses on identifying risks and understanding their impact on the organization. 5. When performing risk analysis, which of the following should be considered? A. Only internal risks. B. Internal and external risks. C. Short-term risks only. D. Only known risks. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Internal and external risks. Explanation. Risk analysis should consider both internal and external risks to provide a complete picture of the risk environment. 6. What is a key component of a successful enterprise risk management, ERM program? A. Avoiding risks altogether. B. Implementing a comprehensive risk mitigation strategy. C. Minimizing costs. D. Ignoring external risks. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Implementing a comprehensive risk mitigation strategy. Explanation. A successful ERM program focuses on identifying and mitigating risks to protect the organization. 7. In the context of risk management, what is a risk appetite? A. the amount of risk an organization is willing to accept. B. The amount of risk an organization wants to avoid. C. The cost of managing risk. D. The total number of risks identified. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. The amount of risk an organization is willing to accept. Explanation. Risk appetite refers to the level of risk an organization is willing to accept to achieve its objectives. 8. Which type of risk is most likely to affect an organization's operations and supply chain? A. Operational risks. B. Regulatory risks. C. Financial risks. D. IT risks. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. Operational risks. Explanation. Operational risks relate to disruptions in processes, systems, or supply chains that can impact operations. 9. What is the main purpose of a risk register in enterprise risk management? A. To list all known risks without prioritizing them. B. To document identified risks and track their management. C. To eliminate risks from the organization. D. To manage financial performance. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. To document identified risks and track their management. Explanation. A risk register is used to identify, assess, and track risks and their management over time. 10. What is a common tool used in enterprise risk management to prioritize risks? A. Risk matrix. B. Profit and loss statement. C. Marketing report. D. Financial audit. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. A. Risk matrix. Explanation. A risk matrix helps prioritize risks based on their likelihood and impact, making it easier to manage them effectively. 11. Which risk management strategy involves transferring risk to a third party? A. Risk avoidance. B. Risk mitigation. C. Risk transfer. D. Risk acceptance. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Risk transfer. Explanation. Risk transfer involves shifting risk to a third party, often through insurance or contracts. 12. What is the primary goal of risk mitigation strategies in enterprise risk management? A. Eliminate all risks. B. Reduce the impact of risks. C. Ignore low-level risks. D. Increase the number of identified risks. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Reduce the impact of risks. Explanation. Risk mitigation aims to reduce the likelihood or impact of risks on an organization. 13. How often should an organization's risk management plan be reviewed and updated? A. Every 5 years. B. Only when a crisis occurs. C. Periodically, depending on the risk environment. D. Annually, without exception. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Periodically, depending on the risk environment. Explanation. A risk management plan should be reviewed and updated regularly based on changes in the internal and external environment. 14. What is the primary benefit of implementing an enterprise risk management (ERM) framework? A. To reduce employee turnover. B. To increase profits. C. To provide a comprehensive approach to managing risks. D. To avoid regulatory compliance. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. To provide a comprehensive approach to managing risks. Explanation. 𝗬𝗂𝗏 provides a framework to manage risks across all areas of an organization. 15. Which of the following is an example of a financial risk in enterprise risk management? A. Market volatility. B. Supply chain disruptions. C. Employee dissatisfaction. D. IT system failures. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. Market volatility. Explanation. Financial risks include market volatility, currency fluctuations, and credit risks. 16. What is the role of a Chief Risk Officer, CRO, in enterprise risk management? A. To manage financial operations. B. To oversee and coordinate the organization's risk management efforts. C. To supervise marketing campaigns. D. To manage IT systems. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. To oversee and coordinate the organization's risk management efforts. Explanation. The CRO is responsible for overseeing all aspects of risk management in the organization. 17. How does scenario analysis help in risk management? A. By providing a single risk outcome. B. By exploring different risk scenarios and their potential impacts. C. By avoiding risks. D. By focusing only on past risks. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. By exploring different risk scenarios and their potential impacts. Explanation. Scenario analysis helps organizations prepare for various potential risk outcomes. 18. Which of the following best defines a risk tolerance level? A. The maximum risk an organization is willing to take. B. The total number of risks identified. C. The average amount of risk in the industry. D. The number of risks that occurred in the past year. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. The maximum risk an organization is willing to take. Explanation. Risk tolerance refers to the maximum level of risk an organization is prepared to accept. 19. What is one way an organization can manage external risks? A. Focus on internal controls. B. Conduct a pest analysis to understand political, economic, social, and technological risks. C. Increase marketing efforts. D. Ignore risks that cannot be controlled. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Conduct a pest analysis to understand political, economic, social, and technological risks. Explanation. A pest analysis helps identify external factors that could pose risks to the organization. 20. In risk management, what is the difference between a threat and a vulnerability? A. A threat is external, while a vulnerability is internal. B. A threat is internal, while a vulnerability is external. C. A threat is a weakness, while a vulnerability is an opportunity. D. There is no difference between the two. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. A threat is external, while a vulnerability is internal. Explanation. Threats are external factors that could harm the organization, while vulnerabilities are internal weaknesses that could be exploited. 21. Which of the following is considered a strategic risk? A. A downturn in the economy. B. A competitor launching a similar product. C. A new government regulation. D. An employee's mistake in the production process. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. A competitor launching a similar product. Explanation. Strategic risks involve actions or decisions that affect an organization's ability to achieve its goals, such as competitor actions. 22. Why is communication important in enterprise risk management? A. To ensure that risks are hidden from stakeholders. B. To share information and strategies to manage risks across the organization. C. To create confusion among departments. D. To limit employee access to risk information. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. To share information and strategies to manage risks across the organization. Explanation. Effective communication ensures that all relevant parties are aware of the risks and how to manage them. 23. Which of the following is an example of operational risk? A. A decrease in market demand. B. A process failure in manufacturing. C. A change in interest rates. D. A lawsuit against the company. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. A process failure in manufacturing. Explanation. Operational risks include failures in internal processes, people, or systems that affect day-to-day operations. 24. What is the first step in developing a risk management plan? A. Implementing risk controls. B. Identifying risks. C. Communicating with stakeholders. D. Performing a risk audit. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Identifying risks. Explanation. The first step in risk management is to identify all potential risks that could impact the organization. 25. What is the main focus of risk monitoring and enterprise risk management? A. Ensuring all risks are avoided. B. Continuously tracking and reviewing risks to ensure they are being managed. C. Limiting the number of risks identified. D. Ignoring low-level risks. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Continuously tracking and reviewing risks to ensure they are being managed. Explanation. Risk monitoring involves tracking and reviewing risks on an ongoing basis to ensure they are effectively managed. 26. Which of the following is a benefit of implementing an enterprise risk management framework? A. Reducing the need for insurance. B. Ensuring better decision-making and improved risk awareness. C. Increasing costs. D. Decreasing employee engagement. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Ensuring better decision-making and improved risk awareness. Explanation. frameworks provide a structured approach to risk management, leading to better decision-making and awareness of risks. 27. Which type of analysis is used to evaluate the likelihood and potential impact of a risk event? A. Scenario analysis. B. Cost-benefit analysis. C. Risk assessment. D. SWOT analysis. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. C. Risk assessment. Explanation. Risk assessment evaluates the likelihood of a risk occurring and its potential impact on the organization. 28. How does diversification help in managing risks? A. It focuses on one type of risk only. B. It spreads risks across different areas to reduce overall exposure. C. It eliminates all risks. D. It increases the complexity of managing risks. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. It spreads risks across different areas to reduce overall exposure. Explanation. Diversification reduces overall risk by spreading it across different investments or business activities. 29. What is a key characteristic of strategic risks in enterprise risk management? A. They are usually financial in nature. B. They can affect long-term goals and objectives of the organization. C. They are always short-term. D. They do not affect decision-making. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. They can affect long-term goals and objectives of the organization. Explanation. Strategic risks are associated with decisions that impact the long-term success and objectives of the organization. 30. What is a residual risk? A. The total risk before any mitigation efforts. B. The risk that remains after mitigation efforts. C. A risk that has been completely eliminated. D. A risk that is not documented. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. The risk that remains after mitigation efforts. Explanation. Residual risk is the risk that remains after efforts to reduce or manage it have been implemented. Struggling with your WGU exams? We've all been there. Welcome to OAExams.com, your ultimate resource for WGU success. Find over 15,000 plus questions and answers. Join our thriving community of over 10,000 active WGU students and an impressive 100% success rate with our premium exam support. Visit OAExams.com today and take the first step toward guaranteed success. 31. Which of the following is an example of a compliance risk? A. A security breach. B. A new regulation that requires additional reporting. C. A competitor's pricing strategy. D. An equipment failure. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. A new regulation that requires additional reporting. Explanation. Compliance risks arise from legal or regulatory requirements that the organization must adhere to. 32. What is the purpose of a business impact analysis, BIA, in risk management? A. To estimate the financial costs of risks. B. To evaluate the potential effects of disruptions to business operations. C. To avoid risks altogether. D. To identify competitors. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. To evaluate the potential effects of disruptions to business operations. Explanation. A BIA assesses the potential consequences of disruptions, helping organizations prepare for and manage risks effectively. 33. Which risk management strategy involves accepting the risk and its potential consequences? A. Risk avoidance. B. Risk transfer. C. Risk mitigation. D. Risk acceptance. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. D. Risk acceptance. Explanation. Risk acceptance is when an organization chooses to accept the risk and deal with its potential consequences, often because the cost of mitigation is too high. 34. What role does risk culture play in enterprise risk management, 𝗬𝗂𝗻? A. It ensures that only senior management is responsible for risk management. B. It fosters an environment where all employees are aware of and engaged in managing risks. C. It eliminates the need for a risk management framework. D. It increases the number of risks identified. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. D. It fosters an environment where all employees are aware of and engaged in managing risks. Explanation. A strong risk culture ensures that everyone in the organization understands the importance of risk management and their role in it. 35. Which of the following is an example of a risk mitigation strategy? A. Ignoring low-level risks. B. Purchasing insurance to cover potential losses. C. Focusing on internal risks only. D. Accepting all risks. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Purchasing insurance to cover potential losses. Explanation. Risk mitigation involves reducing the impact of risks, such as transferring risk through insurance. 36. Why is it important to align risk management with an organization's strategic goals? A. To ensure that risks do not affect day-to-day operations. B. To ensure that risk management efforts support the long-term objectives of the organization. C. To avoid the need for external audits. D. To increase the number of risks identified. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. To ensure that risk management efforts support the long-term objectives of the organization. Explanation. Aligning risk management with strategic goals ensures that risks are managed in a way that helps the organization achieve its long-term objectives. 37. What is the role of internal controls in enterprise risk management? A. To eliminate all risks. B. To help manage and mitigate risks through policies and procedures. C. To increase the complexity of managing risks. D. To focus on external risks only. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. To help manage and mitigate risks through policies and procedures. Explanation. Internal controls are policies and procedures that help manage and mitigate risks within an organization. 38. In the context of risk management, what does the term black swan refer to? A. A common and expected event. B. An event that is rare and unpredictable but has significant impact. C. A minor risk event. D. An event that has no impact on the organization. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. An event that is rare and unpredictable but has significant impact. Explanation. A black swan event is rare and difficult to predict, but can have a major impact on an organization. 39. Which of the following is an example of a financial risk? A. A cyber attack. B. A new competitor entering the market. C. A sudden drop in stock prices. D. A disruption in supply chain operations. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. A sudden drop in stock prices. Explanation. Financial risks include factors that impact the financial performance of an organization, such as changes in stock prices. 40. What is the role of a risk committee in enterprise risk management? A. To manage day-to-day operations. B. To oversee and provide guidance on the organization's risk management strategies. C. To develop marketing strategies. D. To supervise IT systems. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. To oversee and provide guidance on the organization's risk management strategies. Explanation. A risk committee helps oversee and guide the organization's risk management strategies and policies. 41. Why is it important to involve all levels of the organization in risk management? A. To ensure that only senior management is aware of risks. B. To create a culture of risk awareness and accountability. C. To reduce the number of risks identified. D. To avoid involving external stakeholders. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. To create a culture of risk awareness and accountability. Explanation. Involving all levels of the organization helps create a culture where everyone is responsible for identifying and managing risks. 42. Which of the following best describes inherent risk? A. The risk that remains after controls are implemented. B. The total risk before any mitigation or control measures are applied. C. A risk that is easily avoidable. D. A risk that has been transferred to a third party. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. The total risk before any mitigation or control measures are applied. Explanation. Inherent risk refers to the total level of risk that exists before any risk management efforts are put in place. 43. What is a key characteristic of operational risks? A. They are always external. B. They are related to the day-to-day operations of the organization. C. They only affect financial performance. D. They are impossible to mitigate. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. They are related to the day-to-day operations of the organization. Explanation. Operational risks involve failures or disruptions in the processes, systems, or people that are part of an organization's daily operations. 44. Which of the following is a proactive approach to managing risks? A. Reacting to risks as they occur. B. Waiting for risks to escalate. C. Identifying and addressing risks before they occur. D. Ignoring risks until they become critical. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Identifying and addressing risks before they occur. Explanation. A proactive approach involves identifying risks early and addressing them before they can impact the organization. 45. How does a risk management framework benefit an organization? A. By increasing the complexity of managing risks. B. By providing a structured approach to identifying, assessing, and managing risks. C. By eliminating all risks. D. By focusing only on financial risks. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. By providing a structured approach to identifying, assessing, and managing risks. Explanation. A risk management framework offers a systematic approach to managing risks across the organization. 46. Which of the following is an example of a reputational risk? A. A competitor's product recall. B. A negative news article about the company. C. A natural disaster affecting operations. D. A data breach in a third-party supplier. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. A negative news article about the company. Explanation. Reputational risks involve damage to the company's image or brand, often through negative media coverage. 47. What is the purpose of stress testing in risk management? A. To ignore low-level risks. B. To evaluate how a company would perform under extreme adverse conditions. C. To eliminate risks from the organization. D. To increase operational efficiency. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. To evaluate how a company would perform under extreme adverse conditions. Explanation. Stress testing involves evaluating the potential impact of extreme, adverse conditions on an organization's ability to operate. 48. What is the primary objective of crisis management in the context of risk management? A. To ignore minor issues. B. To manage and respond to unexpected events that threaten the organization. C. To focus solely on financial performance. D. To avoid public relations issues. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. To manage and respond to unexpected events that threaten the organization. Explanation. Crisis management involves preparing for and responding to unexpected events that can severely disrupt operations. 49. Which of the following best describes a contingency plan? A. A plan to eliminate all risks. B. A plan developed to respond to potential emergencies or disruptions. C. A plan to reduce marketing expenses. D. A plan to increase financial profits. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. A plan developed to respond to potential emergencies or disruptions. Explanation. A contingency plan outlines actions to take in response to potential emergencies or significant disruptions to operations. 50. In the context of risk management, what is a key characteristic of a control measure? A. It eliminates all risks. B. It reduces the likelihood or impact of a risk event. C. It increases the level of risk. D. It avoids the need for risk management. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. It reduces the likelihood or impact of a risk event. Explanation. Control measures are actions taken to reduce the likelihood or severity of risk events. You've reached the end of our first question set. For the complete exam preparation experience, visit us at OAExams.com, where you'll find thousands more practice questions and comprehensive study guides. Thanks for studying with us today. See you in the next video.